What's going on, everybody? Back for another tutorial. I figured out something really cool today, so I'm gonna show you guys how to switch drivers, switch to realistic drivers, or switch to any drivers in Assetto Corsa. So follow along. There's a couple different ways you could do this. I stumbled upon this by trying to put a different driver on a skateboard. I'm gonna show you guys all about it. This is proof that my method works, and you guys just wait to the end of the video. You'll have a complete understanding. I put Suki on the skateboard. So let's get straight into it. I'm gonna be using Suki from Too Fast Too Furious in her car for this. So in Assetto Corsa, I would open up Content Manager. The first thing I would do is go to Content, go to miscellaneous driver models, and here on the left you can see all the driver models that I have. And if you want to use one of these, it's really simple, or if you want to download one, I have a link in the description to a good one that looks like a real person. So I'm going to be using Suki, and her name in the file is right here, this blue one that's highlighted. First way I'm going to teach you guys is to steal drivers from other cars. It's really easy. And then the second way is if you just download a driver from the description or downloaded it from anywhere, you have a custom driver. You might see Eazy-E driving the cars. You might see Suki. You might see Paul Walker. You guys know the regular Assetto Corsa driver is the guy in the big white racing suit with the helmet on. You don't necessarily have to use that. Nowadays, you can get realistic hands. So the first way is stealing from other cars that have good drivers already. It's really easy. So we would find Suki's car, or we would find a car that we like the driver in, and then we would right click and then we would click folder. Suki's car folder is gonna pop up, and then you're gonna double click skins, double click Suki, and we're gonna find the ext config. Double click this and open it up. And in here, because we want to steal her driver, you want to scroll down until you see driver 3D model, which is right here, and we're gonna copy all of this because that is the code for the driver model that we want. So once you have that copy, you can exit out of this, and now you want to go find the car that you want to put the driver into. So if you want this to work online, you have to change the driver in the car that's in the online server that you want to play in. But for an example, all I did was use the skateboard. I found the skateboard. I opened up. This is the car that I want to put the driver into. We do the same thing. We go to skins and we open this up. Now you can see this doesn't have an ext config. If your car does not have an ext config, all you want to do is go back to the original car that you stole the driver from, and you're going to want to copy in the ext config into the car where you're putting the driver. Now once you do that, you open up the ext config in the car where you're putting the driver, and you delete literally everything in here besides the driver 3D model. So delete everything on top, everything on the bottom, delete it all out, and just leave the driver model. Click save. That will put a custom driver in any car that you want. That's how you steal drivers from other cars. So now if you downloaded one from the internet or the link I have below, it'll pop up like this. All you simply want to do is use 7-zip like you normally would with the Assetto Corsa. Right click 7-zip, open archive, and you'll be met with the Renoa KN5 file. Now for this, you want to add this driver into Assetto Corsa. So you want to find your Assetto Corsa root folder. You can do that through Steam, or you can just come here to your settings, Content Manager, General, and then right up here at the top, you can click open, and it'll open your Assetto Corsa root folder. And then you want to find where your drivers are. So like I said in the beginning, you look for that drivers list. We're going to go into content, driver, and you can see the whole list here of all the drivers that I have that I showed you on Content Manager in the beginning. We're going to open back up 7-zip. We're going to take this driver and we're going to add it into the driver folder. And you can see it'll pop up here. Shouldn't take long. So now that you have that driver in the game, the specific driver that you want, you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to find a car and you're going to open up the ext config. I'm going to pick a random car. We're going to open up the folder. I'm gonna go to skins. I'm gonna open up a skin, and then we're gonna open up the ext config. In this ext config, you can see they have no driver 3D bracket in here. So all you're gonna do is come down to the bottom, enter 2 lines below, and then you can simply paste the driver 3D model and then change the name to the driver that you want. To find the name of the driver that you want, you go back to Content Manager, you go to Content, Miscellaneous Driver Models, and you find the driver in the list on the left, and you have to type it exactly how it is over here. You open back up that ext config of the car that you want to put the driver in, select the name right here, type the name in of the driver from your Assetto Corsa list. You see I have them both open at the same time. It's really easy. You click File, you click Save, and that is it. Now you should have custom drivers online and offline. I did a test with the longboard, and I have right here my longboard, and then I also created a longboard 2 just so I know the difference. It doesn't change in the game, but the point of that is I put the new driver in longboard 2, and then when you come in here, you can see the driver name is going to be John Odo, and then you're going to have a second one with the green dot next to it, and that's going to be the one that you change. Manage skins, click OK, and then the one that you change, you want to change this driver name to the driver that you changed it to, just so that if you have multiple, when you come in here to Content Manager, you do not have to guess which one you're picking because they both have the same name. You can look at the skin. This one says Suki. You can come back up here, and this one says John. So we know this is the one we edited with Suki. We click OK, and we can go do whatever we want. If you're online, you change the driver in one car, the same car that's in the server. I hope you guys can follow through with that. I put Suki on the skateboard, and I figured this would be cool to let people know how to do this. I appreciate you guys. Links to the driver in the description down below, and I'll be back next video. So I taught you guys how to put a driver in Content Manager. I taught you how to steal a driver. So like I said, if this is the car with the driver you want, you open up skins, you go in here, you open up the ext config, and we'll just scroll down here. We'll highlight this copy, driver 3D model. We'll exit this, and then we'll come in here. We'll find a car that we want to use it on. We'll go in here, folder, skins, Alpine White, and you can see there is an ext config in here. We would open this up. It has no driver 3D model. We come in here, a line away, we paste this, we save it, and now this driver will be in this car, and you can edit this name right here to whichever drivers you have in your Content Manager. So I'm going to leave this code down below. I'm going to leave a link to a driver down below, and you guys let me know, was this tutorial easy to understand or not?